Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update because I hadn't talked about it at all, and that's the Broncos' second preseason game. What a crap fest that was. That was not a good game at all. First team unit went out there. Bo Nix looked sharp. The connection to Nix and Waddle is going to be wonderful this season. Sutton should have had a nice catch. If I looked at it, I thought I saw some grass bumbling up that he should have made that catch, which the refs called it incomplete. But I digress from that. I've kind of moved on. It happens. So I'm not going to. This is preseason for the refs too. And I know everybody says that. And if I'm still another person who says that, you deal with it because I'm not changing. Um, but I wanted to, this for me, it's all going to be about depth. I knew our starters are going to play well. I wanted to see how our backups looked. Do we have the depth needed, or is there an area that we need to improve in? Well, I started looking at them because here's the one thing that I want us to do. I want Marvin Mims to actually play not just a wide receiver slash kick returner. I want him to cut off that kick returner. I want him just to be a wide receiver. But I want him more than anything. I want him more involved in the offense. And if he is going to be more involved in the offense, we're going to need another kick returner because I would rather have Mims be a solo artist, so to speak, and just catching passes, not returning it, but just catching passes from Bo Nix. So it was nice to see Colby Katzis go out there and shine. And man, he took it. He had four returns for 117 yards, which is 29.3 yards per average. And that's damn good. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of Katzis moving forward. Because if he can be our kick returner and have Marvin Mims just focus on being the wide receiver he is and can be in this offense, that's what I'd love to see. Another standout for me was Kareem Reed, middle linebacker. That first game that they had with him tipping the ball and having Jade Barron catch it and run all the way down for a pick six, perfect. He had some great tackles this last game. So I loved what I saw of Kareem Reed. Another wide receiver that I actually like is a guy by the name of Cameron Ross. Cameron Ross is a great guy. He's a great guy to have. The problem that I'm seeing right now, I'd love to have him on the roster, but we are so deep in wide receivers that I'm not so sure that he can actually stay. I'm not sure if he's somebody that we could keep. Hopefully, I I want to say now I want to keep him, but knowing the knowing what I do know, I don't think there's another person that I would cut for Cameron Ross. So that's the sad part. But he's a great player. I love to get him, but probably not going to happen. If he goes through waivers, put him on the practice squad. I want this guy on the team in some fashion. Players that stood out. Jarrett Stidham, no, I don't like him. He played like crap. I didn't like I didn't like what I saw of him missing throws. He was doing the things that I saw him do in the AFC Championship, and I didn't like it. So that said, not so much. But I absolutely like what I saw from Q Robinson. Granted, this guy is going to have a spot on the 53 man, but I like him. I also like what I saw of JL Skinner. And I know I made an episode earlier about us bringing in a player, a safety, and I said he was going to be our third safety. For some reason, I can't, that name just skips. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure I'll find out, or if it hasn't come up on the screen already, make sure it happens. In any case, I liked what I saw in JL Skinner. JL Skinner had 3 tackles, 2 solo tackles, and yeah, but this is a guy, JL Skinner, that I think is fighting for a playoff spot, a roster spot on this team. It's going to be hard, but we'll see how everything works out. I could actually see where he actually makes the 53 man roster and become our backup safety, just like PJ Locke was last year and the years, a couple years prior too. So if we can put JL Skinner up in that type of role, perfect. And I liked what I saw out of Tyler Odietum. I like what he's doing right now. I know he's going to be put up on a rotational basis on that defensive line, but I still like what he brings as a player. There is somebody that I think that could be missing time and missing reps. And I don't know for sure. This is just me thinking about this too. And that's Savion Jones. Haven't seen much of Savion throughout this preseason. So this is somebody that I'd like to see more of in the last preseason game. I don't know how much time that we'll see of Savion. Hopefully a lot. And if we do see a lot out of Savion, that tells me that he's fighting for a job himself and a role himself. So I wish him nothing but the best. Um, Beyond that, there were a couple. I mean, again, there are always going to be a couple of standouts, but it didn't seem that the Denver Broncos were ready to go out there and show the world what they're made of. It didn't seem that anybody was fighting for a job. Everybody, especially at this time of the season, is fighting for their job. I don't care if you're a starter. If somebody else is outplaying you, that's an issue. Maybe it's time to flip things around. Flip things around. Yeah. Or something like that. So, all in all, this next game, it's all going to be about the backups. None of the starters should be playing this last game. Give them a day of rest. They'll still work out and practice throughout, but they won't, they should not be playing any snaps at all. But here's the kicker too about this is that Sean Payton is a wild card. Just on a whim, he'll go ahead if he doesn't see that things are going in the right direction. He'll put the starters out there. When I say things aren't going in the right direction, like through practice, if things aren't going well in practice, he'll try to switch things up and try to make people think differently. He doesn't want to take anything for granted. And that's the one thing I like about Sean Payton. He's never done that. So I digress. In any case, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. It is like 103 or so today. 100 and it's supposed to get up to 106. The fountains at the Bellagio are going off right now. It's a very good place to be right now, where I'm sitting on on the balcony of my hotel room. In any case, have a great one. Thank you from Las Vegas. Catch you on the next episode.
Oh, it's so good.